Greetings, everyone. Peace and blessings. Happy Monday. How y'all doing today? Greetings, everyone. Happy Monday. Today is the day that the moon rules. I am the Moon Mama. I am also known as Monique. Welcome to our Master Nodal class where we are doing the work of following the nodes, which are, thank you so much, Kelly Moon, following the nodes, which are the energy that lead us to the Christ presence within us. The nodes in the heavens, whatever's in the heavens is also in us. And right now the nodes are moving through in the Western astrology, the nodes are moving through Virgo and Pisces. South node in Virgo, which means that we are doing the work to clean up our bodies, our consciousness around what serves us and what does not. Virgo is about perfecting oneself. It's an energy of moving towards what is better, right? And Pisces is our subconscious. It's our ancestral realm. It's the invisible realm. So what we are doing is cleaning up our external realm, Virgo, to harness the energy for our subconscious to come into the physical. So Pisces, the invisible coming into the physical. So you got to make space in the physical for the subconscious to come in. So I don't have a lot of time today because I have a meeting at 8:30. So we are honoring you're doing a live my one. Awesome. Okay. So here we are with our sacred practice. I have a green candle for Libra because the moon is in Libra and Venus rules Libra. Venus is currently in Aries. So we are honoring the moon because the nodes follow the moon. And then I'm going to burn a coal. And what energy for Venus today? Oh, Venus is rose. So I'm wearing copper to honor the Venus energy. This is a copper necklace. And hold on one second. Let me get my. And this is my rose resin. So it looks like this. And I'll just take a little piece of it off, break a little bit of it off. And it smells amazing, you all. I just go into Etsy and buy the resins that honor the energy of the planets. And the fragrance is so amazing. Oh, so I have that in my tea. So because today is the last day of Aquarius and the sun goes into Pisces tomorrow, I think it is. I wanted to just sort of like summarize how we have done the work for Aquarius season. I would love for you guys to do homework, right? And what I want you to do is think about how the last month doing this work has supported you. Because if you don't acknowledge the work, it doesn't stick because the work is internal and invisible. So you have to really honor your own experience. So what does that look like? What does that look like for you? Let me find myself a seat so I can sit down. I've been doing rapé practices in the morning now because we're in eclipse season. And I've been doing a rapé ceremony each morning because I tend to hold on to stuff, is what I'll say. I have a Pisces rising, and Pisces is water. And if you think about water, when it runs through anything, it just collects it. And that is how my subconscious is. Like if I'm walking down the street and I hear people talking, my mind just listens to them and interjects in their experiences and interjects my perspective into their stuff. And so I am really working while we're in eclipse season to change some deep behaviors and patterns that don't serve me any longer. And while the sun has been in Aquarius for an entire month, because Aquarius is about innovation and the future, what is to come, what I'm looking at is how do I want to be? I'm seeding a new way of being. So I'm looking at the behaviors that don't serve me any longer, that are connected to Aquarius energy. So Aquarius is about the future. And who do I want to be in the future? So these are the things you want to be looking at in your own experience. Who do you want to be in the future? Now, most of us don't know. We don't know the answers because we've been so coated with ancestral patterns and trauma, and we have karma that we're still cleaning up. So sometimes the answer is who I want to be in the future is just free of fear, free of confusion, um, free of things that keep me small, right? So I want to be more expansive. I want to access more of my divinity. I want to access a greater experience of my own intelligence, right? And you have to pay attention to yourself, your life, your experiences, taking responsibility for them to get clear about how you've been functioning, how your energy has been working, and how you want it to work going forward. So, what I see in myself is that I am easily pulled off of my own center for the needs of others. And I see it in simple ways, like my cat can be outside. I'm in the middle of a practice doing my meditation or doing something that is significant to me. My cat starts crying and screaming and wanting to be inside. And I can no longer focus on what I'm doing because she is demanding my energy, time, attention, experience. And I'm working to stay present in my own sense of self, no matter what anyone else is doing. Because when you can be true to your authentic self from the perspective of Aquarius, you literally send a signal inside your consciousness into the heavens that you are loyal and reliable to the codes that you are here to fulfill. You have a mission that no one else has. And the only way you can truly source it is within yourself. There's no other way to do it, right? So when you follow the 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 nodes of the moon according to where the sun is, because the sun is the masculine, it's how you're expressing yourself in the external world. The moon is the feminine, the internal, how you feel. So your feelings and your expressions are best served when they best serve you when you are congruent. But many of us have feelings that we deny, we suppress, we reject for many reasons, right? To belong, to fit in, because you have shame, because you have guilt, you have rage. So you suppress it because that doesn't seem acceptable. And in your suppressing of that, you deny your true, authentic self. So the work is to give yourself permission to feel the things you feel it, and determine in your mastery of your feelings and your emotions what you will express through your sun, through your external expression. Make sense? It's a really beautiful practice, and what we're doing is practicing it on a daily basis. You don't have to do everything I'm doing. You can adapt it to what feels good for you, to what it feels true for you, to what works for you. Adapting it really just makes it your own, because in the adaptation of it, you are creating your own pattern. And that's what this work is about. It's about recognizing your own patterns and how those patterns sync up with the cosmic pattern. So right now we're in the process of discovering what is out of alignment, what patterns are out of alignment, because we are deconstructing our old self, because Virgo is your physical reality. So we're deconstructing the way we move through our physical reality and opening up our consciousness, our subconscious, to anchor in new energy, new light, new codes, so that we will be transformed into our authentic selves. So today is the last day with the sun in Aquarius. Aquarius is your future self, who you are becoming. Who do you want to be? I started doing this work many, many, many years ago. And when I was in my 20s, I was writing down my visions of who I wanted to be. I wanted to be a teacher in the world. I wanted to be doing spiritual work. I believed in magic, but my life was not representative of any of that. My life was filled with wanting to be chosen by a man and believing that if I had a lot of money, that would set me free, and thinking that because I was black, that was going to be the worst thing ever. And I was never going to be able to have the life I really wanted because this system was so harmful to black people. I had all these codes that were blocking my true way of expressing. And I had to identify those beliefs, those behaviors, those practices, the things that I was doing that was betraying my natural way of being. And the more I identified it, loved myself, took responsibility, did the work, the rituals, the practices to move that old energy out, I freed myself from it. And now I'm expressing myself more and more as I am meant to, and align with the way that I am coded to be. And it is a completely different life. The universe just shows up for me now in ways that I can just think something. But there was a time when that wasn't even available to me, because I was very much coded with my parents' stuff, what they believed, what they wanted from me. It's like we are raised in these families, and the subconscious is like a spider web. And so the things that your mother wants or thinks, or for herself, that she doesn't fulfill in her own life, she will project into her children, and then her children are caught up in the code that she didn't fulfill. And so as the child, it's your responsibility to free yourself from your ancestral mishaps, so to say. You know what I mean? It's not really a mishap. It's just stuff that's not suited for now, because we don't need it anymore. And so we're becoming different people. So my suggestion today is that you spend some time thinking about the last month. Think about your relationships, your friendships. Last Pisces season. Okay, hold on before I go to that. So think about your friendships. Think about community, organizations that you are inspired by. A lot of the work that I have done in my life, I have spent in organizations. Like, I studied at the University of Santa Monica for many years. I studied at Agape for many years. I worked for the Universal Church of Ernest Home. I worked right in these organizations, forming my own way of being, getting clear about, oh, I believe this, I don't believe this works for me. I was in these organizations with people who were also in the process of growing themselves and healing themselves. And I took what worked for me, and I didn't take the rest. Because when we're in spiritual community is there for people who are broken, who are in the process of healing and reconciling themselves. So that's what I did. I went through spiritual communities to learn what really worked for me. And now here I am in a space where I'm creating my own, or not my community, I'm creating a community for those who are in alignment and in sync with the practices that I do astrologically to help myself grow, and you guys can take it and adapt it to what works for you. So before I go, I have 4 minutes. Cosmic Cousins, how you doing, Cosmic Cousins? I really love your work. I do. Last Pisces season with Neptune and Pisces. Oh God, I love it, right? So Neptune is the subconscious. It's about devotion. It's about our spirituality. It's also what people call confusion and addiction and It's our attempt to understand that which is not understandable. That's what it is, right? So with to me, Pisces and Neptune is about doing the rituals and the practices so that you can commune with the invisible, so that you can have access to that which is uncommon in our human experience. How do you do that? Through devotion, through sacrifice, through giving up something. Sacrifice means giving something over in order to receive something greater, to sacrifice that which is smaller for that which is greater. So Neptune and Pisces has been us sacrificing our old way of being to embody that which is greater. It is a powerful, powerful energy. And Neptune is going to be going into Aries, this year. Uranus is going to be going into Gemini this year. Pluto went into Aquarius this year. Saturn, I think, will also be going into Aries with Neptune. And so we're literally breaking up our old way of being, I always think of it as a house, that you literally deconstruct the house down to its basic stuff, the wood, the metal, and then you begin to reconstruct it in a way that is more modern, right? It's like, okay, now we're not gonna use the things we used to do. We're gonna put sun panels on the wall. We're gonna use materials that work with the elements better. We're gonna improve ourselves because we have a greater understanding of who we are now. All right, you all. If you are Gabrielle, Zelina, and I are going to be starting Daughters of the 13 Moons. For those of you who are ready to begin to do the work of accessing your power and your magic in a more deep, consistent way, more rigorous practices, it's more of an initiation, is what it is. All of this is initiation. The human experience is about initiating yourself, because we live in a world where we have been initiated into practices that belong to others. So we are reinitiating ourselves into the truth of who we are. So if you're ready, you can go to my profile and join our free orientation. That is on Wednesday evening. We would love to have you. And we're really excited to begin this work in a new way. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.